What's going on, guys, and welcome back to Touchdowns to Home Runs. My name's Bernie, and today we're going to be going over a 2020 season preview for the Toronto Blue Jays. If you haven't already, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below and are subscribed to Touchdowns to Home Runs, and enjoy the video. The Jays ended the 2019 season with a 67-95 record. Although it was a bit of a disappointing season, we got to see the debuts of Guerrero, Biggio, and Bichette. Over the course of the season, the Jays made some notable trades, getting rid of Stroman, Sanchez, and Biagini to acquire Simeon, Woods Richardson, Anthony Kay, and Derek Fisher. So far this offseason, the Jays have made some notable acquisitions, adding Travis Shaw, Ryu, and Yamaguchi, with the only notable departure being Justin Smoak. So far, it looks like the catchers for the Jays will remain Danny Jansen. However, the uncertainty for this position comes with the backup, especially after the news of Reese McGuire. If Reese McGuire loses his job as the backup catcher, the Jays have a surplus of catchers in the minors, such as Moreno and Kirk. With the loss of Justin Smoak this offseason, it is looking like the first baseman for the Jays will be Travis Shaw, a utility player that the Jays signed this offseason on a one-year deal for $4 million. Although Travis Shaw had a down year in 2019, he hit 30 home runs in each of 2018 and 2017 and can definitely be a plus at this position for the Jays. At second base, we have one of the Jays' big three young players in Cavan Biggio. Last year, Biggio finished 5th in the AL Rookie of the Year votings. He was able to show good power with a good OPS, but his improvements will come with an improved OBP. Nonetheless, Biggio will be able to continue to be a quality player for the Blue Jays this season. At third, we have Vlad Guerrero Jr., and there's really nothing else that needs to be said. In 2019, he finished 6th in the AL Rookie of the Year votings, and although he had a bit of a disappointing 2019, if he can get his OBP up in 2020, he will be able to continue to mold the rest of his offensive game. At shortstop, we have an exciting young player in Bo Bichette. In his rookie year, Bichette hit .311 with a .930 OPS and showed some very exciting moments such as his double streak and hit streak. Bichette is looking like he will continue to develop into a phenomenal offensive and defensive player. The outfield is without a doubt one of the weaker positions for the Jays. So far, I'd feel confident saying that Grichuk and Gurriel will be two of the Jays' outfielders. Grichuk is a consistent 20 home run hitter, and Gurriel, when healthy, was the Jays' best hitter last year. Guys who are on the bubble for being the Jays' third outfielders are people like Teoscar Hernandez, Billy McKinney, Anthony Alford, and Derek Fisher. This offseason, the Jays made huge improvements to their starting rotation, adding Ryu, Chase Anderson, and Tanner Roark, who should be 3 locks to be in the rotation this year. Another guy who should be in the rotation is Matt Shoemaker, who after missing most of 2019 will be making his return to the Jays. For the 5th starter, the Jays have a few different options, guys like Ryan Borucki, Anthony Kay, Trent Thornton, and Waguespack, although my pick would be that the Jays end up going with Ryan Borucki. If the Jays do pick Borucki, it would mean that 3 out of the 5 of their starting pitchers have had year-long injuries in the past, and it would mean that injuries would be a huge concern for their starting rotation. This year, the Jays have a pretty deep bullpen consisting mainly of their extra starters. They have guys like Trent Thornton, Waguespack, Sam Gaviglio, and Wilmer Font. They also have their new additions in Rafael Dolis and Yamaguchi, as well as last year's closer, Ken Giles. This year, I either expect the Jays to finish 3rd or 4th in the division, depending on how they do with injuries and how the Red Sox do without Betts and Price. I expect the Orioles to finish 5th in the division, as a given, and with the addition of Jarrett Cole, among other players, I expect the Yankees to finish 1st. That would leave the Rays finishing 2nd and continuing their impressive 2019 campaign.
Another hit. Scorched it into left, and he's 4 for 4. Line drive, deep left.
If you made it to this point in the video, thank you. And if you liked today's content, make sure you leave a thumbs up and are subscribed to Touchdowns to Home Runs. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. See you next time.